Hi everyone, Aiden here with etrailer. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Thule Bed Rider Pro truck bed bike rack for your compact trucks. It's going to be a good way to carry up to 2 bikes with you. This is going to be a fork mounted design working for quick release or a variety of different through-axle bikes and give you a way to transport them in your truck bed. Let's check it out. Now this system is going to sit on the bed rails of your truck and clamp onto them, giving you a nice, tight, and solid fit on the truck bed. Like I said, this is designed for compact trucks, but that could also mean mid-sized trucks too. Things like your Frontiers and Tacomas, this is going to work great for. We've got it on a Ford Maverick right now, which is an even smaller truck than that, and it works fine. This crossbar up top is going to be 68 inches long, so perfectly long enough for the Maverick, and again, long enough for things like Tacomas and Frontiers too. These fork blocks are going to clamp onto that crossbar here, and they can be moved back and forth and adjusted really anywhere they fit on the crossbar. You can see I've moved mine out to the sides a little bit, and I could even go a bit further, which is great because there's plenty of room on this bar to add a third one, and you can pick up a third one separately. Just be mindful of the weight capacity. These are rated for 40 pounds per bike, so just make sure you're not overloading them and you should be good to go. But like I said before, this is going to work for a variety of different through-axle sizes as well as quick release skewers. And your kit does come with all those different adapters for the different through-axles as well as by default that quick release. Now, especially with the quick release option, it's going to be pretty easy to get your bikes loaded and unloaded just by opening that up, loosening it a bit, and lifting the bike up and away. Now, obviously we have to have a place to store that front tire, but aside from that, the process is really easy to load and unload. Now with a compact truck like this, you can see our tailgate's down, which means we've got limited space. Depending on your bikes and your truck, you may or may not be able to make that work. So it's something just to keep in mind, but if you can have your tailgate up with your bikes loaded, it does open up things like your hitch to be used for other things. Now with the whole bike rack here, it is lockable. So the end caps here on these tower pieces, they have lock cores that come with them. So you can make sure you lock this crossbar assembly to the base pads, and that will control all the tightening of this down to the base pads. And then if you come around to the side here, the clamps are locked in place using this lock right here. Again, the keys and the lock cores do come included, so you don't have to worry about getting those separately, and that just makes sure that no one can remove this from your truck whenever you're not around. You can pick up a cable lock kit separately to make sure your bikes stay locked to the rack, but aside from that, everything is key-to-like and nice and secured. This whole system, like I said, clamps to the bed rails, so you can see the main clamp piece right here with the part hooking underneath the bottom side of the bed rail, and then with a bolt up top threading down into it, pulling it tight. Now there is another side to this clamp here. So if you do have something like a Tacoma that has that utility track in some of the models, then that smaller hooked end will go into the utility track. So there's no need for an adapter piece. This will work with all of those different applications. Some of you might just use the smaller hooked end, and some of you might use this longer clamp end right here. And really that's all there is to it. It's a very solid bike rack, I will say. If you don't mind removing the front tire, it definitely gets a good hold on the bike and make sure that everything's secured, and there's a lot of different locking points on here. One thing I will say though is that if you're looking for a method that maybe will offer fewer clearance issues with a smaller truck like this, I'd look into a tailgate pad. Just because you're hanging the fork end of the bike out the end of the tailgate, and there's a little less that's left here in the bed. So for a smaller truck like this, you might be able to fit that a bit better, but it's all really going to depend on the type of bikes you're carrying and how long they are. With that being said though, I still think this is a really solid option if you're looking for something that offers a little bit more security and a solid fit. Thanks for watching.